y'all, welcome back to another video. So we are going to be doing just a watch me work. Basically, it's not really going to be a tutorial because it wasn't a flawless like application and it wasn't a flawless set, so I don't feel like I'm really gonna do it as a full-on tutorial. So I will name it a watch me work, but I will be still going through the process of what I did, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I messed up on. Everything is going to be in real time today, you guys. So I am gonna have all of the application in real time, and I will show you guys exactly what I did wrong and what I did right. I will say that I always record the first hand and then I don't record the second hand, and I keep telling myself to do it the opposite way and don't record the first hand and record the second hand, because for whatever reason I always do so good on the second hand, y'all. Like it does not, it never fails. I always do really good on the second hand and it comes out like flawless, and I just fly through it. So from now on, after this video, I promise that I will be recording the second hand that I do, not the first hand, so that you all can see like the flawless application, and it won't take as long to get through the video. So anyways, I did start off by scuffing up the nails, and honestly, I could have done without doing this. It would have saved a lot of time. It would have saved about 3 to 5 minutes, which you guys think that 3 to 5 minutes isn't a lot, but I promise you when you're doing nails, it's definitely a lot. So the first thing that I did was I just went ahead and wiped off her nail plate with some alcohol on just a napkin. That was a lint-free napkin that I have, and then I'm going to prime her nails with some Mia Secret what is it called? I think it's called Extra Bond by Mia Secret. I don't know. All of the Mia Secret prep system is in my Amazon storefront if you are trying to purchase that. I usually use the Mia Secret dehydrator, then I use the Mia Secret primer, and then I go in with protein bond. But today I just went ahead and used alcohol, and then I went in with the Mia Secret primer, and then I did 2 coats of the Young Nails protein bond. And again, all of those, everything that I prep with is listed in my Amazon storefront, so if you want to go purchase that, you can just click the link in my description box. I also wanted to mention that I did do her full cuticle prep and nail prep off camera, so you did not see that in this video. However, I do have a full video on how I prep natural nails to get ready for tips, or just to get ready for a manicure, or just in general if you are doing a basic manicure. So I will link that video above if you want to go check that out. And again, that is like the full way that I prep nails. I like low-key didn't even want to post this video just because I did not have the other hand in this video, and the other hand application is like a complete 180 from this. I won't say 360 because that's a full, you know, circle. So a complete 180 is complete opposite, y'all. Like the other hand, and you're gonna even see like at the end in the video how much better the other hand looks. So I will like point it out when we get to that. But anyway, I still decided to go ahead and put the application of the wonky hand in this video, just to show you all my mess ups. And like I said, I did keep everything in real time, so nothing will be sped up at all as far as the application is concerned. The main reason the application of this hand came out kind of crazy is because if you notice, her hand is tilted sideways. So literally all of the acrylic, you guys, was falling to the left of her nail, and I had to go back and fill in the right side of her nail. Now this usually happens no matter which way that I'm holding the nail. I'm just like, I press harder or I wipe harder or something on the right side for some reason. I'm just like, my right hand, so I just feel like my right side is very dominant, and I just like, I'm heavy-handed when it comes to doing things on the right side versus doing things on the left side. So it's always like, that's always an issue that I have with having more acrylic on the left side than I do the right side. So I always have to go back and fill in the right side of my nail. So that is something that I'm working on, but you could definitely tell from the video on this hand that it was definitely an issue. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that most of my videos are done on myself. I usually do my nails only, but I did have someone that wanted to get their nails done, so I did go ahead and take her and decided to record it because she wanted a pink freestyle. It was actually supposed to be an ombre freestyle, however I completely forgot that it was supposed to be ombre, and honestly it really didn't matter with the design that we picked out, so the ombre was going to be covered regardless. But yeah, so I'm just going to call this a pink freestyle. And it came out super cute nonetheless, but I do wish that I did a few things differently on this hand. So I don't really care to have my nails too thick anymore. I feel like when I first started doing nails, my nails used to be super thick, y'all. So this nail is going to be the thickest one that you see on this entire set. However, I did go ahead and correct it at the end with filing and shaping, and I did bring it down to match the rest of the nails. But if you can tell, it was just a little thicker towards the tip, and I do not like my tip to be that thick. The apex was very, very nice, but the bottom of the nail, your apex, it should basically be like from your cuticle, it should be a little flat, and then it should start to raise like a speed bump towards the apex area, and then it should slowly level out and go downwards to the tip. So the tip should be thinner, obviously, than the rest of the nail except for the cuticle area. So yeah, that was just one thing that I messed up on. And getting onto this nail, I'm not sure what I messed up on, but once it comes up, I will definitely tell you all. Another thing that I did that I really didn't care for was I just feel like her nails were a little too wide for my liking. She does have wider nail beds than I do, but they are very small nail beds. So I think that was just an error on my part. What I should have done is I should have made the tips a little bit more narrow with my sanding band by just going along the sides of the tip before putting the acrylic down, but I did not do that, and I really didn't notice until the end of the application, and I had to straighten it up with her hand facing me and me just filing that way, like from sidewall to sidewall. And yeah, I did try to fix it, but I still feel like, even though y'all might not see it, but to me, I like for my nails to be very, very narrow. The way that your nails should look is it should be basically lined up with their natural sidewalls. That is what the nail should look like it's coming out of. It should not be wider than where the sidewalls begin, if that makes sense. Like where her sidewalls are and then where her skin is, the nail should be leveled and straight, coming straight out of her sidewalls. It should not look like it's coming out of her skin, if that makes sense. So just make sure that your nails are as narrow as their natural nails. Do not make them any wider, or it will make the nail just look big. In this video, I am using the shade On Me. It's super pretty. If you have ever used Cover Flamingo by Young Nails, it is literally the same exact color, almost like basically the same color. So if you do like Cover Flamingo by Young Nails, then you will love On Me by 876 Nails. And I do have a code for 876. The 1 ounce is only $11, I believe, and the 2 ounce is $15. So very, very cheap for a very high quality product, and I highly recommend 876. And I think if you look in the comment sections in my other videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, it's definitely approved on this channel. On this hand, I did have to go back in and fill in a lot of spaces where I just saw that it was not leveled out. So always make sure that you are checking your nails from all different angles before you are done, or before you think that you're finished. Just making sure that everything is leveled out and everything is completely even. You want to do this because you do not want to waste too much time filing at the end, and the better your application is, the less filing you're going to have to do. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just sitting in front of a fan, so if you heard some like staticky noise in the background, that's what that was. And I completely forgot, and I am not doing that whole part of the voiceover over. So I do apologize if that's getting on your nerves, but hopefully the fan noise is gone now. Like I say in a lot of my videos, the key to having a flawless application is going to be the powder that you're using, the brush that you're using, and also just your liquid to powder ratio. So if you do need help on any of those, I always recommend either using 876 nails. I do have a code for that. It's N2H if you want to purchase from that website. I also recommend Young Nails acrylic powder. Their acrylic powder is very, very good to work with. And of course, Not Polish. Not Polish is a great beginner-friendly acrylic powder to work with. What other ones? If you are looking for maybe some Instagram-known acrylic powders that I recommend, I would definitely say Acrylics. It's Shop Acrylics. That's ShopKrylyx. Shop Acrylics. She has really good powders as well with a very good formula, so definitely recommend hers. Also Cairo's Nail Supply. I don't really recommend the colored acrylics, however I do like her nude acrylics. So I also have a code for Cairo's Nail Supply. If you want to purchase something from there, that is in my description box as well, and my code is N2H as well for that. What are some other ones? Chisel is a great acrylic powder to use for a beginner, so hopefully that helps you out, just with me naming a few that I do use on this channel and that I have reviewed in depth probably several times, but those are the ones that I would recommend if you are a beginner and you just don't know what powder to choose from and you're just having troubles with application. Those are going to help you out tremendously with application. If you are looking for a liquid to powder ratio video, I do have one of those as well, and I will link that above for you all right here if you want to go check that out. That is going to help you a lot too. Now, before you do anything past what powder to get and what type of monomer to use, definitely check out your liquid to powder ratio, because without that, you're really not going to get or grasp the concept of laying acrylic if you cannot get that down pat first. Oh, I also forgot to mention Valentino. Valentino does have some really good cover powders. I would just say that Valentino and Chisel do dry a lot faster than all of the other ones that I mentioned. So if you are a little bit more advanced and you're still looking for some different powders to try, I would say try Chisel and Valentino if you haven't tried those before. And if you're not afraid of anything drying a little bit fast on you. This color is just so pretty, you guys. Like, this is my favorite color by 876, but I know y'all have heard me say that over and over again, but it's still my favorite color by 876. Like, I don't know what it is, but you know, before 876 came in my life, I was using a color just like this by Young Nails, and it's literally the same thing. Like, I know I just said that already in the beginning of this video, but literally Cover Flamingo by Young Nails is literally this color. Like, it's this color, and it just goes with every skin tone, so it's very versatile, and I always recommend it to people. If you don't choose or buy any other color from 876, I definitely recommend Ami, and I definitely recommend Kayla. Kayla is a very, very pretty pink, but it's a little darker and it has more of a like purple hue to it. So Kayla and Ami, if you don't get nothing else, get Kayla and Ami. So it was very, very hot in my room, and the acrylic was drying very, very fast on me. So I did have to use wetter beads than normal, but even with them being really wet, excuse me, it was still drying really fast. So I did have to work pretty fast. I got this whole set done in 3 hours. I think it was like 3 hours and 10 minutes. And I know that may sound like extremely long to some people, but I promise y'all, like, that is really fast for me. Usually a set like this, well, not usually, now I have gotten it down to 3 hours, maybe sometimes 2.5 hours. But if I hadn't taken as long on my prep, honestly, these nails would have been done in 2 hours. But I took a very long time in prep just because she had a lot of dead cuticle. So I did have to do some like extensive prep on her nails. But if I didn't have to do that, these nails would have took me 2 hours. And that is very quick for me. When I first started, y'all, I was taking 6 hours to do a set like this. Like, no lie. I was taking like 5 to 6 hours to do a full set on somebody. I mean, with prep and everything included, like, it was taking me a very long time. And sometimes the nails wouldn't even be this long. So I've came a long way. Like, to get it from 6 hours to 2 hours to 3 hours is like a big time difference for me and a big accomplishment. So just hang in there, sis. Like, I promise you, if you feel like you are just taking too long and you just think that the time is never going to decrease, just keep practicing, keep working on people. It's a lot better when you have people that you can actually practice on. I personally don't. I do have people that I can practice on, but I don't. I just am more comfortable doing my own nails and doing my own nails for videos because I can take my time and really, be like, I can really be precise with everything that I want to do. These nails honestly were rushed. Like, her girlfriend was waiting on her. So like the whole entire time her girlfriend was calling her. Like, her girlfriend thought that nails took 10 to 15 minutes. No lie. Like, her girlfriend called and was like, how long is it going to be? Like 20 minutes. And we were like, girl, like, what? No, like, nails take hours. Like, we take hours to do nails, y'all. So even though she wasn't rushing me, like, the girl in my chair was not rushing me. However, I just felt the need to get her out of my chair really fast, only because, or as fast as I could, without making any mistakes and making sure that her nails were still, in tip-top shape, because I don't want you going around looking crazy and saying that I did them. So even though these were rushed, they still came out really, really nice and really, really pretty. And she loved them, y'all. Like, she loves the nails. But I will say that I did rush this set, and there were a few things that I feel like I could have done a little better had I had more time. But I just don't like for people to like rush me, or I don't like people to have to wait on me, I feel like. And once it's voiced and once I hear it, it's automatically in my head that that person is going to be irritated if I take too long. So I definitely rushed this set, but I made sure that I covered everything that needed to be covered. So I still did my best as far as the set goes. I didn't rush it to the point where it was coming out ugly or these nails are going to break tomorrow. Like, I still did what needed to be done. However, I just feel like had I had a little bit more time, and had I not had that bug in my ear of somebody is waiting for her outside, basically, I feel like I would have done a little better job. So if you go to get your nails done, y'all, please do not rush your nail tech, because it just, for me, it stresses me out a little bit. But for seasoned nail techs, I feel like it's not going to stress them out as bad, and they'll be a little more prepared, or they're simply just going to ignore it and do what you came for them to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came to this nail tech for a certain reason, and I'm sure they listed how long they take in advance. I know I do. I tell people straight up it's going to be 3 to 4 hours. So she already knew the time. Like, my time slots on the website are 9 to 12 if I'm doing a freestyle set like this, and that's exactly what it took. It took 3 hours. So yeah, y'all, just like I say, don't rush your work. don't feel like you have to rush. Even though I was rushing, do not ever feel like you have to rush on a client, and just always do your best work. And if you need more time, tell them straight up. Like, make sure that before they come, they know how long you take, and just so you can avoid any issues of them being like, oh my god, why is it taking so long, or da da da, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to avoid that, let them know ahead of time, like, look, I'm just beginning, I'm just starting, and I do take a long time, but if you're willing to wait and get them done, still want them done by me, then I'll be more than happy to take you. So that's just something that you can throw out there, instead of either declining clients or just straight up not telling them, and then they're pissed at the end because they just sat in your chair for 5 hours when they thought that it was only going to take an hour and 45 minutes. Let me know down below in the comment section how long it would take y'all to do this length and this exact style, because I'm curious to know, like, whether or not you're a seasoned tech or a new beginner tech. Just let me know down below, and let me know like what your issues are in the comment section with taking clients, because I would love to discuss it in another video. So what are like your biggest issues with taking clients? So right now we're going in with a 5-in-1 bit. This is a fine 5-in-1 bit. I also use a medium sometimes. This one is pretty dull because it's very old. I've had it for a while. I need to get some new bits, y'all. Like, honestly, I just need to re-up and completely get some new bits. But this is what I use to seal the cuticles and just file down the cuticle area if it needs to be smoothed out to make it look seamless. Now on this hand, obviously it did not look that seamless. However, like I said, at this point her girlfriend was like over it and kind of waiting, so I kind of like flew. I mean, when I say I flew through the filing and putting on her rhinestones and everything, I flew through that. I even flew through the 3D flowers, y'all. Like, and y'all are gonna see exactly how quick I did those 3D flowers. Even though it's gonna be sped up, I'm gonna show y'all just how quick I did them, and they came out cute. Like, the 3D flower, I don't know what came over me, y'all, but them 3D flowers came out so cute today, and I was so proud of myself. So I think for sure I have 3D flowers down packed now. Like, I don't think I have any more issues doing 3D flowers. As far as like the basic petals, now when we get into the more intricate and ombre and all that, I don't know, y'all. We're gonna have to wait for another video on that one. But yeah, the 3D flowers were doing what they were supposed to do today. So I'm just using some AB crystal rhinestones from Dynamic Nail Supply. I sometimes use Preciosa rhinestones. However, I don't have any AB crystals from Preciosa. I just have crystals, and since these were pink, I did want them to be AB for the background. So we went ahead and just used some regular rhinestones. As you're gonna see, I'm gonna put these rhinestones on the sides right here, and I just thought it was so ugly, y'all. So I do end up taking these rhinestones right here that I'm gluing down right now. I do end up taking those off, and I'm gonna put flowers in place of them, and I thought that the final look of this nail came out really cute. So I am not the best rhinestone placement putter, but yeah, I'm not the best at rhinestone placement, so I can't really give y'all a full tutorial on anything like that just yet. I am still practicing what looks good and what doesn't. I honestly just need to do more rhinestone looks. I don't do enough. So once I start doing that, I will go a little bit more into detail about how I choose my placement. But as of right now, usually I will just go straight down the nail and then I will have them expand outwards on the left and the right. So it's pretty uniformed. I know everybody doesn't do that. But y'all, I'm getting the hang of this rhinestone placement stuff. So in future videos, hopefully it will get a little better. But I do think that this came out really cute. And I did go ahead and just put some gold caviar beads inside of the little flowers. The reason I did gold instead of silver is because she told me that she does not like silver at all. So I made it a point to not put anything silver on these nails. The closest thing we got to silver was the AB crystals, but she loved the crystals, so we just kept that and we went ahead and put the gold caviar beads inside the flowers, and it didn't really clash or anything, so I think it came out just fine. So for this next part, I will talk you all through it. I'm just making little squiggly lines. You do not have to make the lines just like this. You can make them whichever way you want to, and then you're gonna fill the inside with the same exact color that you use for the outline. I was using a Beetles white polish. However, I recommend using the Perfect White by Madam Glam. I do have a code for that in my description box. Or using Valentino's white. Their white is really, really nice as well. I just did not feel like looking for the Perfect White by Madam Glam. However, that is my go-to when I'm doing nail art. I just did not have time to be digging around searching for it. So I just went with the first white that was in my drawer, and this is what it happened to be. Now for the Valentino white, the only reason I didn't use that one is because I'm saving that white. Like, I'm saving that bottle because it's a brand new bottle, and I really plan to just do Frenchies with it because I don't want that bottle being contaminated with any dust or anything to have any type of little specks in my white. And I just want it to be, I want to keep it how the bottle is for now. So y'all, let's take a look at this. This is the other hand. This is the second hand that I did not film on camera. Do y'all see the apex, the nails, like the shape and everything? It's perfect. Like, this hand came out perfect, you guys. Like, this is exactly how I like my nails to be. They were even a little more narrow, if you can tell. So this hand just came out perfect. Like, there were not too many mistakes on this hand at all. But anyway, after we go ahead and we cure that white polish for 30 to 60 seconds, we're going to take it out of the lamp and we are going to top coat it with a glossy top coat that is a no wipe top coat. You want to make sure that for this next design that you are using a no wipe top coat, meaning when it comes out the lamp, it is not sticky, it is not a tacky layer. You do not have to wipe it off with alcohol. Now, if you still want to wipe a no wipe off with alcohol, just make sure that it's a no wipe that is going to continue to be shiny after you wipe it with alcohol. Always make sure that you are wiping the sides before curing your nails under that lamp, or you will lose the shape of those nails. So the reason being why I said make sure that you are using a no wipe top coat before doing this is because you are going to have to put some acrylic powder on your nails, and you do not want it sticking to the background. You only want it sticking to the croc print, y'all. Only want it sticking to the croc print. So make sure that you're using a no wipe top coat before doing this step. So after you have cured the white and put that in the lamp, and then you put your top coat on and cured that as well, you're going to take it back out the lamp, and now you're putting the croc print with the same exact white that you use for the outline. You're putting some croc print, and you're going to do that by dipping a dotting tool in the white polish, and you're just going to simply make little tiny lines on the sides and just go back and forth until they are the thickness that you want. And then before you cure it, while the polish is still wet, while the Croc print is still wet, you are going to put some clear acrylic, or you can do white. I use clear acrylic. You're going to put some clear acrylic over top of the Croc print and tap the nail off a little bit just to get the excess off, and then you are going to cure that in the lamp. And when you take it out of the lamp, you are going to dust it off, and that is going to be your 3D Croc print on the nails with a glossy background. So the Croc print that you just did is going to be matte, but the background of everything else is going to be glossy, and that's kind of what makes the Croc print pop. So you want to make sure that you are using, once again, you want to make sure that you are using a top coat before you do the Croc print, and you want to make sure that that top coat is a no wipe top coat, meaning you do not have to wipe it to get the tacky layer off. So for the last part of these nails, I am going to be doing some 3D flowers, and to start the 3D flowers off, I'm just going to go ahead and put some rhinestones wherever I want the 3D flowers. The rhinestones are put there to be the center of your flower, and then you are going to create the petals surrounding the rhinestones. I am using Zulay's rhinestone glue. Now, a lot of people tell me that this is like basically super glue, and I know a lot of nail techs, surprisingly, that actually just use super glue for their rhinestones. However, I heard that like Gorilla Glue actually leaves like a white residue, so I don't know if I would do that. I just stick to Zulay's glue. It works for me as of right now. I haven't really found anything else that I would opt to use instead of this, as far as like rhinestones and just being a quick and easy thing to put on the nail. The only time I really use rhinestone glue, like the thicker glue, is when I'm doing like huge rhinestones or like big butterflies and stuff like that. Then I will use that instead of Zulay's glue, but just for rhinestones, I go ahead and use that. To avoid having to go back around your 3D flowers and top coat everything, I personally just go ahead and top coat first. I do not go back around and top coat around the flowers, because sometimes you will get the flowers looking glossy, and you do not ever want your flowers to be glossy. This is a mistake that I used to make in the beginning of my 3D flower career, and yeah, my flowers would be shiny and glossy and looking real weird. So this is how I do it now. I never have troubles with the 3D flowers coming off, even though they are going on top of a gloss like background, so, or I should say a glossy surface. So yeah, I never have issues with them coming off. So I mean, it works for me, but do what you want, or do whatever makes you comfortable. So as far as the 3D flowers go, these were super easy. As you can see, I'm laying them pretty quick, even though this is a lot sped up. I still was flying through it. I do plan on making a whole 3D flower tutorial and doing nails with just 3D flowers. I've talked about that video coming up very soon with you all in previous videos, so I'm anxious to do that one, and it's perfect for spring and summer. But let me know if you even want to see that. Let me know if you want to see a 3D flower tutorial. I know somebody commented saying that they suck at 3D flowers, and girl, I have been there. I promise you, like, I was just there. I don't know what happened overnight, but they were just coming really easy to me today, and honestly, I was rushing. So maybe the pressure put something in me and got me to do these 3D flowers the way that they're supposed to be done. It took me literally no time to do these at all. I will say that I did put acetone in my monomer for these 3D flowers. I am using Milky White by Not Polish for this white right here for the petals. And I knew that it would not dry fast enough just on its own, because Not Polish is not a fast drying acrylic. So I took about the amount of monomer that I put in about 1/5 of acetone in comparison to the monomer that I put in. So put about 1/5 acetone just to make it dry faster, and it honestly worked perfectly for me. I had enough time to flatten the petals out and to make the indents, but it also was drying fast enough so that I didn't have to keep going back and pressing them down, because if you have a slow drying acrylic for petals, you are going to have to keep going back to each petal and pressing it down, because they will expand again and your indent will just go away. So they basically like repolymerize, if that makes sense. And so the petals will just lose their shape and you'll have to keep pressing them down if the monomer or if the acrylic is drying too slow. So that is pretty much all I did, you guys. Like I said, after the petals are done, you're done, because you do not have to top coat anything else. The nails have already been top coated prior to putting the petals down, and it was super simple to do, y'all. Like, I love this set so much. If you made it this far in the video, let me know how much you think I charged for this set down below in the comment section, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.